Hey everyone, good evening. It's been a long time since I've done commentary on one of my streams, but figured I would give it a shot again tonight. Joining me on this flight, it was going to be my co-pilot, but we were having some issues of getting that set up, so it'll have to be tomorrow, but he's going to join along to provide color commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome YouTuber PatsFan12873.
Hello,
Welcome.
everybody.
Good evening. So we're gonna still do the same flight, just gonna be me flying solo. Then we're gonna fly from Charlotte, North Carolina to Key West, Florida. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this plane set up now. I didn't want to do it because with shared flights, you want to make sure not to touch any switches until your co-pilot is in the sim at the same time, because it can cause sync issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up now. There we go. Everything else looks good. We got the IRS switches already set to nav. We're good there. And I believe we're good there. So just got to set up the fuel and payload. Of course, turn on these panel lights here. Well, it's nighttime, so we don't want it to be too bright. You still with us, Pat?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Just letting you do your thing.
Kind of quiet.
Yeah,
All
let you do your thing real quick.
Alright, so I'll set up fuel and payload. You guys know me, I like my Airbuses. I rarely fly Zibo nowadays. Not because I don't like Boeing, just because I'm more of a Airbus guy now, but
That is true. I'm slowly switching over as well. I just need to learn the systems more before I confidently can fly it.
yeah. I just like the fly-by-wire system. It makes flying so easy. Fuel is, I guess we can add, this calls for 7.9. I want a little bit more fuel just for redundancy, so I'm going to go with 9,000 kilograms of fuel here. Then we're going to go call for the fuel truck. And then we're going to start service cruise. Open the doors. And we're going to connect the air conditioning unit, get some AC going in here, heating. Set the chocks, of course. So we can go ahead and get the FMS set up.
Ground flight deck first disconnected and starting.
Let me go and turn on transparency on my headphones. Normally I have them in noise canceling mode. So initialization. We're going to be at Charlotte to start. Gate is going to be B2. Key West. Flight number is going to be American 3208.
Yeah, tomorrow night it's gonna be the same route, but it's gonna be using Mayan tomorrow night through my point of view.
Yeah. I won't be streaming tomorrow with Pat Will, so you'll go to his channel if you guys want to see his perspective. Links in the description. This is right. And icons 5 departure with next transition. And of course, another thing I like about the Tolus is it is able to automatically upload the flight plan from SimBrief. I don't know if the Zibo can do it. I don't think it can, but I could be wrong. But for now, we're just going to put it in manually. So from Nooks, we're going to go direct to Warful. And then we do have an airway 283. From there, we're going to go to Yaved. And then direct to Wapner. there, we're going to go another airway, PU-93, to Kennel. And then from there, direct to OMN. Sounds like a DOR. And then direct to SMYRA. And then direct to Mallet. And we have one final airway for this route, Q93 to Eben. And then we have our star arrival. And it's going to be runway 9. With the FNTSE SY1 transition, EA, and let me see if I can make use of those transitions, the waypoints.
I've never had to do it like that. I've always just done it where I just set the arrival, the departure, the arrival, then I fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Take out the discontinuity, take out the vectors.
Yeah. Everybody does it differently, so Pat does it his way, and I have my own way of doing it, but nobody's right or wrong, just the way we tend to do it. We have different ways of doing it. Alright, so let's see. We're coming from the north, we're going in. Okay. Okay. Might actually work. Let's see that now. Step. I want to check that one more time just to make sure. Yeah. Looks good to me. We'll go back to our map. Okay. They're still fueling our aircraft. Yes, they are. We still have. Okay, we got roughly another. Actually, we have another 1,000 kilograms to go, and then they'll be filled up. We'll go ahead and start our flight leg in the meantime. Welcome announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight test, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your
And then I want to make sure we're done fueling before I continue performance calculations.
Again, welcome aboard.
And then we're going to be taking off, right, there's a 36 right. So our departure heading is going to be 003. Okay. And then our altitude is going to be 370. The nice thing about the Zibo, as I'm sure Pat already knows, is that they have GBAS approaches. So it's basically, I guess, like a GPS kind of approach
Ground
kind of
flight
thing
deck
on it.
fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
So let's go ahead and set that up. So GLS is where we need to go, and then the frequency for that is going to be 40405. I'm sorry, 40405, not 204. It's not letting me do 4 for some reason, even though that is the...
But the approaches I like, as you guys already probably know too, is RNAV approaches.
Yeah, so we're going to skip the GLS then, I guess.
You can do however you want to do it.
No, because
That's just my favorite approach is RNAV.
it's not letting me put the for some reason, but whatever. So we're just going to just skip that then. RLS VOR. Is there a VOR at So we are going to do an RNAV approach. Alright, let's continue with the performance initialization. 0 fuel weight. Reserves are going to be... And yes, Pat does like his RNAV approaches. 223. Cost in match is going to be 30. 370. Cruise wind 301 at 036. And then our top of climb temperature, we gotta go to SimBrief here, which is going to be page whatever. Wind information. So top of climb is going to be temperature is going to be negative 57 Celsius. There we go. That's a cute. We're going to do, how long is the runway yet? So, shot it. Let's see. Pretty long runway, so I guess we can do a derated takeoff slightly, so we'll go 24 derated. Flaps 5 for takeoff. And then we're going to go with center of gravity. Trim needs to be set to 4.75. We can do that right now.
What's that takeoff that you're doing? I've never heard of it.
What?
What kind of takeoff you doing? I've
Oh,
probably never heard of it.
yeah. So if you have a longer runway, you don't need the full thrust of the engine for takeoff. You can derate your takeoff from full 26,000 to 24 or 22, but it's like a super long runway. It just basically derates the engine for takeoff, kind of like flex takeoff in the Airbus. It just saves engine wear basically, but you don't want to use it if you have a shorter runway. So, but in our case, it's going to be a pretty long runway. We're going to take it off at, so we can derate the runway to. We can derate the engine thrust a little bit. You know. That's basically what it is. Okay, takeoff's going to be, and then we need our runway 1 for takeoff. So let me go to the airport here. I'm on my tablet, by the way, guys. That's why I got my flight charts and all that. Weather. Winds
But
are
you have
heavy.
me moderating the chat tonight.
Winds are calm, so we're good there. It won't let you put in 00 though, of course. So we'll just go back and put in the V speeds. Set our our climb out speed, which is V2 plus 15, so 163 to start. Arm my LV nav, we're good there. And then approach. Again, everyone does it differently. Pat likes to use flaps 40. I actually prefer to use flaps 30, but because it's such a short runway at Key West, it's a 5,076 foot runway. I need full flaps, so we're going to do flaps 40. And then progress page. And then I just need to get the altimeter. Again, I get that from the airport page. 2995 altimeter. We'll go ahead and set that. I have the altimeter set separately, so I gotta do all of them at once here. 2995, 2995, 2995, and one more thing I want to do before we push back is set our minimum altitude for arrival.
Hit your master caution, but light.
253. It's just pretty electrical. And then set the same thing here, 253. Barrel set a radio, because it's not ILS. Okay. I think we're pretty much good to go, I think. So we can go ahead and turn on seatbelt sign. We can go ahead and switch on the logo, anti-collision. We need to set our pressurization panel too, I almost forgot that. So it's going to be basically 0 at Key West, 37,000 cruise altitude. We're good there. And I just need to set up the pushback, see what gig we are here. Okay, so that should be 2. I'm going to do this.
Now, do you want to tell them how we did our flight the other day on stream?
Yeah, if you want to.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged.
Yeah, we had it. It was a
ready.
little bit of a change for him, but I've been doing it for a while. It's called AI Citations ATC. It's like the AI ATC. It's for like people that want to do VAT sim but don't have the way to want to do VAT sim and get nervous playing online with other real traffic live ATC. It's pretty fun, but it's very out there. Like, you gotta do it, repeat it back, everything, and it takes you to do it like you're flying in the real world of AI instead of VAT sim. What was your thoughts on that the other day?
It was actually pretty cool. I actually liked it. Unfortunately, guys, on my end it won't work because I have a Mac, and Pat did mention that there's a way to get it working for using a virtual machine.
Departure, cross-check, and all call, thank you.
I might look into it, but I'm not really a big fan of virtual machines because they use up resources. But I know there's some programs out there that will let you run Windows programs. I forget what it's called, but I had it for a while, so I might look into that again. But yeah, overall,
But we're
I
also
think
gonna try to find one that's for both.
there's some client out there that allows you to play Windows games on Mac. I forget what it's called, but yeah. Or find a client that works for both Mac and Windows, but I already looked, there's nothing out there. So the only thing that would be available for me would be the default Let's Play in ATC, which we're not going to use tonight. I might try it, but it won't be tonight. Okay, do we have APU power? But yes, I think it's a great program. If you guys are afraid of trying VATSIM and you want to give ATC a try, yeah, I would say try that out. Try out Say Attentions.
Now this is a wee bit different for me as well today.
Yeah. Yeah, Pat's been flying with Say Attentions pretty much for the last month or so. You guys know me, I like my...
Air Traffic Global?
well, not Traffic Globe, I just like my... I like my simple flights, you know. Not real world. I did have a client though when I was using a Windows PC. It was called Pilot to ATC. I just don't know if it's been updated to Windows 12 standards or not.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Oh yeah, so our course heading for arrival 2, which is going to be 093. So we're going to fly runway vectors, heading, and then we'll probably go into heading mode, and then looks like our vector is going to be 25 degrees, so we'll set that. And it'll probably just manually, you know, labor ourselves to continue on the flight path, continuous file, so to speak.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Oh, I forgot to do the fire test too. Let's do that real quick.
Aha! Uh-oh!
Just because I like seeing those lights glow at night. All good.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, I've been cleared for engine start, so we can go ahead and switch off the packs. Then we can go ahead and start engine 2 first. N2, we can go ahead and add the fuel. And then you can see the pay where Charlotte, Pat. It's
Yeah,
really
I'm
nice.
watching. I can see it.
Yeah, it's a nice airport, actually.
Yeah, it is.
And that's plain gateway sceneries are good. They're not bad, but if you want that just a little bit of realism in sceneries, then you got to pay for the airports, unfortunately. Okay, engine 2 is stable. Start engine 1.
Yeah.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
We'll go potato for now, so we can turn it off. Okay. Make sure we got voltage. We do. Switch over to engine gens. We go and turn off the APU now. Oh, we have fuel in the center pump, so we can turn the center fuel pump switches. Packs can come back on. APU delete can come off. Once we get the
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Let me switch over to the co-pilot real quick, get our pin signal, and then we'll continue on with cockpit preparations and taxi.
Flaps 5.
Pin signal, go set flaps 5. Auto brake to reject the takeoff, tattoo lights on. And there's something else I was supposed to do, I can't remember, what was it? Oh yeah, check the flight controls. Yeah, I likes doing the flight check controls. I guess it's a good thing to do it, but I never really do it because I'm in a flight sim, but we will do it tonight just to kind of keep to tradition here. So, rudder good.
And no, I am
Everyone's
watching the
good?
chat, so you be respectful in the chat.
Oh yeah. Or else Pat has my permission to you get one warning and then you get a ban. Alright. So we're good there. No spam meter. I have 0 tolerance
That will
for
be a
spam.
timeout.
Oh, that'll be a ban. Any spam is a ban. Alright, so let's see. So I go to 36 right, just making sure. Not that terribly far. Just got to cross a few taxiways. Let's get going. So we'll head to make a left at Mike, and then at Charlie, right at Charlie, and then straight down to the threshold.
Next up, warm, sunny South Florida.
Yep, Key West. Passing taxiway Romeo. Taxiway Charlie should be east. I'm on the right runway. Looks like they added a new runway here since the last time this airport was updated, so, or this map was updated. But right now, the map I'm looking at, there's not supposed to be a runway here. That's shame on Jefferson right there. Or I should say now, Navigraph. We need to update the charts if there's new runways added and stuff. That's what we're paying them for.
They should update the charts every time they update the.
Yeah, the time the airport.
Every time don't they update the.
Yep. Time there's a new runway added or new taxiways or new terminals, yeah, they usually update the charts after a certain amount of time.
I'd say don't they update them like every time they update the.
No, just the RX different.
Airways?
Charts are a different thing, yeah. RX just, something that Navigraph does from their end. It's not part of any official, database as far as I know. It just simulates one. C4, we're going to turn at C1. Very end of the runway. Charlie 2 and then Charlie 1. Lights can come on.
Cabin crew, be seated for departure.
Strobe lights on. Set our elapsed timer. There we go.
Starting timer.
Let's get out of here.
Helga. Hey, you're taking that from my playbook.
Heading mode for a little bit. Laps up. Alright, so now we gotta get to our flight path. So we're going to be turning towards Gillen. Oh, sorry, Gilfin. So we gotta turn right to 189.
Here's the other thing we're both different on. Seatbelt sign. I like turning mine off at 10,000, but he likes setting his off at cruising altitude.
Yeah, like I said, each their own. You gotta factor in the increased chances of pilot or passengers getting injured. You know, if the seatbelt sign turned off early. Especially if there's like sudden burst of turbulence while climbing.
Yeah.
But like I said, everyone's different. I just like turning mine on about 29,000 feet. Doesn't necessarily have to be cruise altitude, but if there's no turbulence about 290, then I will turn the seatbelt sign off.
Yeah.
For flying at, let's say, for example, 27,000 feet, if I climb about 20,000 feet and there's no turbulence, then I turn the seatbelt sign off, but not too soon. About 20,000 feet, that's when I would think about turning it off. Less than 30,000 feet cruise.
Makes enough sense.
Yeah. Start transition altitude. So we should reach our top of climb at 114 nautical miles or 252 Zulu. It's barely 237, so 15 minutes or so we should be at top of the climb. We're estimated to arrive at Key West at 4:15 Zulu. So 237, 337, that's an hour. 47, 57, 07, hour 30 minutes. So about an hour and 45 minutes roughly we'll be there. Counting the time to maneuver into position and all that stuff.
Don't worry, guys. I'm still here. I just muted out for a second.
Just our center tank going dry. We can turn off the center pumps now. There you go. This, I can't wait until that 737 MAX gets released.
Which Max?
The one that's being worked on by which one was it? Airfoil Labs. They're working on a new 737 MAX. It's gonna be payware, but at least some X-Plane developers working on it. So, yeah.
At least it gives me another 737 to fly.
Yeah. What I've seen from the previews, it actually looked pretty good. At least artwork-wise, it looks pretty good. Airfoil Labs typically has good systems. They're a little bit resource demanding, but decent nonetheless.
Yeah.
So, it'll be a good aircraft, I'd imagine. Coming up on Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, I haven't seen any turbulence, and we're coming to 29,000 feet, so I guess we could turn some busting off. There's limited PA announcements. I kind of wish there were more, actually. We'll step away for a second, I'll be right back. What's that cruise altitude? Check our systems. A little more analog in the Boeing, but yeah, that looks good. The temperature looks good. Cabin temp, pressurization looks good. Fuel temp looks good.
Nah.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. I think that was the kid's name. Will Robinson. Danger.
How's it gonna go?
Huh?
You just got the, I'm so far delayed, I just got the 1,000 to go chime.
Oh, okay. Must be a delay in your end, I guess, because I'm already at cruise altitude.
Yeah.
Okay. And our minimum altitude is going to be 1,500.
Airspeed low. Airspeed low. Fire! Oh, you're doing that systems test again.
Gotcha. Check the weather radar here on my tablet. See if anything we have to be aware of here. Well, it's actually pretty quiet in the southeast today, weather-wise. All the weather is to the northeast. For the most part.
Yeah, over by Chicago right now, probably.
No, more like New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. We're just getting through the last of our rain, so it should be clear and sunny tomorrow. So 435 nautical miles to the top of descent, 345 Zulu. So roughly an hour from now, we should be still descending. I do have weather radar turned on just in case, but I didn't see anything on the tablet, so there shouldn't be anything that's been either otherwise to worry about. good cows do have a quick snort. Jack Daniels Winter Jack Spiced Apple Punch. And again, never advocate for drinking irresponsibly. Always drink responsibly, people. Don't drink and go out and drive and do something stupid. Everything's looking good so far.
That is true.
Yep.
Don't drink and fly, do not drink and drive, but since this is the sim, we can drink and fly if we want.
Yeah. It's not real life. It's not worth it, you know. You get caught, it's a minimum of $10,000 and a whole bunch of headaches. And God help you if you are running somebody over, injuring, or even killing them. You know, that's something you gotta live with for the rest of your life. So don't do it. I wish I could say they weren't a dime a dozen out here in SoCal, but sadly everyone. So we're about to head into the Savannah, Georgia area. We're going to be over the water. We're seeing any icing out there, but we'll do a rain icing check. Let's go again. Here's the real OG pilot life right here. Just monitoring communications, relaying to traffic control, looking at your system, making sure everything's good. It's going to be most of your flight here. Boring stuff. But I like it. Systems check here.
As always.
Cabin temperature is still pretty comfortable. Blood pressure is still good. Pressurization is still good. Fuel temp is still good. Rocks still look good. Oops, I didn't have the altimeters linked because I thought we were going to fly together, so I gotta keep that in mind. We're out over the Atlantic now.
Do what?
We're out over the Atlantic now. Soon to cross into the Caribbean. Yeah, we're just flying alongside Georgia right now.
I'm badass.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm talking to a cop in game. I'm playing GTA right now.
Oh.
It's in the cops heavy set. So I'll make them chase me on foot.
Oh. I heard Michael's coming back for one of their final DLCs, I guess. Michael the Santa.
Yeah, I'm actually playing GTA 4
Four.
on my PC. Yeah, they're bringing him back too for the final major DLC update.
And GTA 6.
Correct.
It took 12 years, 13 years.
How's the flight looking?
Looking good.
Where we at?
Two 287 miles from top of descent, 434 miles from Key West. $40 to the flight so far.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Terrain. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up.
Okay, enough of that before I get a copyright infringement claim.
You what?
Enough of that before I get a copyright infringement claim.
How?
You don't recognize any of those voices I just played?
No.
Bane from The Dark Knight Rises, Captain Picard from Star Trek Next Generation, Captain Benjamin Sisko from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Ugh. I guess before your time, I guess. So we're about 223 miles now from top of descent. So far, everything's looking good. Gotham is yours! None shall interfere. Do as you please. Over Florida now. As Homer once said, America's wing. Simpsons.
I saw a photo of someone made of a meme where it was Florida curling up and hugging the Georgia coast.
Maybe there's something out
After
there.
so many hurricanes.
Yeah, this is from 90s Simpsons. So I don't think you were born yet. Homer Simpson called when they were going to go to Florida. I think they went to Florida in an episode. I think, or that was one of the states they were considering. He called Florida America's wing. So I was up late for a second. I'll be right back. Excuse me.
Just a moment.
Alright.
I'm back.
Alright.
You better not do this on Valanta. You better not do this with Valanta as well.
I could, but it's too late.
I said he could have. I could have been tracking it from there too.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, sorry.
So you're starting your turn into that area now then?
Looks like they're about 40 miles away.
So you should be descending then.
It's another thing that Pat and I kind of have a disagreement about whether to descend. I prefer to let the computer do it. This computer is 143 miles from TD point. Pat kind of likes to descend early. Just, you know, not right or wrong, it's just a different way of how you approach things, you know. I can't set my auto brake though, I'm looking at that now, so okay. 3. One final systems check. Let's see. Yeah. Yes. Yes. 59 minutes until flight. I think I'm going to share the desk.
I gotta step away for just a moment.
Okay.
Never mind. The person didn't answer their phone.
Okay. Welcome back. Shame we're gonna be flying right by Lake Okeechobee, but it's gonna be too dark to see it. So, Again, out this window, normally you'd see like the Okeechobee because we're flying right above it, but it's dark, so I can't really see much.
Wow. The Florida Panhandle's gonna get down to the 20s with this Arctic blast that's coming through.
Yep.
Can you believe that?
I mean, it's happened down there before, right? That's rare, but it happens.
Yeah. South Florida's gonna get down to the 40s, while middle Florida, by the middle part of Florida's gonna get down to the 30s.
Orange is that get damaged.
Be back in a second.
Right. Okay, so we're coming up on our TD. We can see it there now. It's 65 miles. So we are nearing the end of this flight.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Great to be back.
I gotta get one of those like plush executive or CEO chairs. You're not gonna let those mock Airbus or Boeing captain's chairs.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's only a few grand, it's not that expensive. Yeah, or take a drive out to Mojave one day and then pick one from the boneyard.
How far is that from you?
Hour and a half, no traffic.
Oh, so you might go buy yourself an old Airbus chair. Where you're simming for your flight sim chair?
Yeah.
Might as well buy the whole might as well buy the whole cockpit.
I don't know if there'll be too many Airbus chairs there because they're so relatively new, unless it's an A300. Or like Boeing 727s, old 737s, old 747s, so on and so forth.
You might as well just buy yourself a whole cockpit.
Yeah, good luck with that. I guess we're heading close to or starting to head for the Everglades now.
Like South Florida.
Yeah, like we're like just south of Okeechobee now, and we're just west of Miami.
So it doesn't have us ascending at all?
Yeah, you see this green dot here? That's when
I
we're
see it
supposed to
now,
descend. I'm probably going to go around 15 nautical miles, probably, or 10 nautical miles. That's what I'm going to descend.
Now I'm looking at the
Because when
nav
you
screen now.
when you descend early, and you probably already know this, it takes longer because when you drop altitude, you lose airspeed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And burns more fuel. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Hey guys, Pat's favorite part, we're descending. Oh yeah, I gotta get the weather for Key West. Altimeter is going to be 3009. I'll just preset those. So I'm going to set this as just a standby one. This one. So winds look like winds aren't too bad. Pretty light. So we'll open this.
Do what?
So the winds are pretty calm, so not too bad.
So it should make a great landing then, huh?
Yep. I believe this is this Moon Tower Airport? Yeah, it's CTAF. airport at. I checked earlier, the airport does look fine. Make sure we're not descending too steep. Yeah. Magenta diamond to be right in the middle, ideally. Or this magenta sideways triangle again to be even with that white rectangle there. Ideally.
Yeah. As close as you can, at least.
And again, if it starts to get too steep or we start descending and it gets, or we're coming in too steep, meaning we are too high, then we just add some spoilers right here. And then we're good.
But normally the computer tells us if we need to add spoilers or anything.
Yeah, but I wait for the computer. Three rules: aviate, navigate, communicate. So. Plus, it's been my experience at the Zibo request, yeah, drag a little bit too late, in my opinion. That I would be more comfortable with, ideally. Yep. If it's just like 100 feet above or a couple hundred feet above, that's fine. But once you start getting like 300, 400, 500 feet above the profile, then yeah, that's a bit too high in my opinion. And of course, obviously guys want to keep an eye on your airspeed too, because the steeper you descend, the greater speed gets, faster it goes basically. So we're at 18,000 feet, I will turn the seatbelt signs back on. Let's get this tail back on.
Captain, people prepare for landing.
Or too soon for that. I'm just going to tell them that when we start our descent. Yeah, our speed's getting a little bit too out of hand here. Some axis spoilers slow us down now. Obviously, you don't want to see the flight detent there.
The what?
The flight D10 here. So you don't want to put the speed brake past that point.
I know, I just still wanted to tell the cabin crew to land. Kept landing, that way they can start
No,
trying to
once we
cabin.
get around 10,000 feet, then you can tell them. That's what I meant. Obviously, you got ladies and gentlemen, we started our descent. We should be at the airport in blah 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 minutes. Make sure you're back in your seats, seatbelts fastened, and then prepare for landing once we get closer. Sign come out now. Switch to pressure now. Guess it's automatic now because I heard him tell flight crew prepare for landing. That's weird. But
Place any carry-on luggage you may have taken out during the flight other than connect the seat in front of you on an overhead compartment. Setups. We will be landing shortly.
there's the overseas highway there, and adjacent islands there. Pass the Marathon pretty soon. I know there's an airport somewhere down there, so I don't know where it is. I mean, other than Key West. Marathon Airport. Not saying it's going to be a firm landing, everybody. It's going to be a really firm landing, so there's going to be no butter here at Key West. Let's get below 10,000 feet.
Any lights come on?
They're on. Yeah, so that's why. With some clouds down there, but down there somewhere to my, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so, 9 o'clock, whatever you want to call it, 9 o'clock actually, it's Marathon Airport, but I can't really see it right now. Go ahead and fire up our slow down.
I wonder how far of a drive it is from Miami to Key West.
Hey Siri, how long to drive from Miami to Key West? Oh, thanks for nothing, Siri. Let's see. Miami to Key West. Highway 1 distance. $166 miles from Miami to Key West. It'll take you 3 hours and 30 minutes to get there from Miami for the driving.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Luckily, it's all scenic.
Yeah. You just better pray there's no accident. It's a two-lane road, so you'll be stuck there for hours potentially trying to get past. Looks like it. Step away one final time before landing. So we're not going to switch over just yet. But we are going to take advantage of the APU bleed. So we can use the thrust reversers for landing. I'm going to turn off one engine bleed. And then this one we should be good. Should be good. We should be good on APU bleed alone. We'll get an alarm in any case. And I haven't tried that before. We are below 15,000 feet, so I don't think we have to worry about asphyxiation, so we should be good there. But I am using the APU bleed to feed air conditioning to the cabin while the engine bleeds are off, so I can get as much power as possible for reverse thrust. It's a short runway.
Turn the packs off.
No, the packs are on. I'm using the APU bleed instead of the engine bleeds to feed bleed air to the packs for the air conditioning. So that way all the bleed air will come from the APU instead of the engine, so that we'll have as much reverse thrust as possible on landing, so we don't have to worry about, you know, overrunning the runway, overshooting the runway. So, make a long story short, engine bleeds are off, APU bleed is on, so that we have more reverse thrust for landing for the engines.
Oh, okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does now.
I think I'm going to change my mind. I'll break the mats. This will be the last flight of this aircraft for the evening, so your brakes will have plenty of time to cool overnight. Start to make our U-turn. I don't know if you can see, but US will be over there somewhere. You just have to make a U-turn. You can see across the we can go ahead and grab our spoilers. I don't think we're going to need those anymore. Airports right there. See the runway? Barely, but it's there.
Yeah.
Start letting some flaps out. 2 turns.
Please don't from the flight deck. Well, you know, we are now about to touch down Key West, so if you haven't already, please put away all my electronic devices at this time. Thank you. You're down?
Oh, yeah. Flaps 10. Base 50. Let's go to final approach speed 148. We start to make our final turn, then I'll drop to here, and then lower our flaps to 40. That's 40. Runners. Ready to land this thing. He'll hit the approach button, I think, like I say. Approach.
Approach active.
Should simulate ILS approach, about the ILS, of course.
2,500.
Which is your favorite approach?
It's not
Matter what
ILS,
plane you're
it's a GLS approach, so it simulates the ILS. You won't be able to auto land, so that's the one bad thing. You still see the diamonds there coming down, lining up. And the runway inside. Once we center that right diamond, I'm going to set our go-around speed, which is go-around altitude, I should say.
Eyes on the runway.
It's a smaller runway, so Just has to line up. Good. We got 253 is our barrel altimeter, so it's looking good. Set my throttle there. I set my throttle so I disconnect this, not jumping all over the place. My aircraft.
500.
Still have auto throttle enabled.
400. Approaching minimums. 300. Minimum.
Continue.
200.
Hey, Wendy. I mean,
100.
cross one, not too bad.
Tank rate.
40.
Tank rate.
20.
Reverse not engaging! What the fricker? Reversers are not engaging. No, that's BS. That is BS. I hit the reverser. I hit the reverser. That is not fair. That is not fair. That is not my fault.
It looks sandy by the runway in the grass.
Yeah, I must have triggered that reverse butter like 20 times. That is BS. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit since the game wasn't playing fair. Okay, 0.
Yeah, you would have almost shot the runway.
Yeah, no, I was hitting the stupid freaking reversers and it wouldn't stop.
Oh, I believe you.
All right, so we're good now. Then that was not fair. We're good. See, I'm hitting and it's not doing anything. Like, what's going on? This is the problem that I've had with the Zibo before. Like, thrust reversers won't work. So I don't know why. And I did disconnect the auto throttle. Whatever. The only reason why I don't fly the Zibo that much anymore, it still has, like, Mac. I don't know if it's, like, related to Mac OS or what, but yeah, it happens from time to time for me. The reversers don't engage for whatever reason. Okay, switching over to AP read. Turn that off. Don't need that anymore. Isolation valve open. Alright. Now I just gotta make our way to the gate here. Taxi shouldn't take too long. Looks like we're gonna go up to A3 and that's at the runway. Now they're engaged. What the hell? Whatever.
To me, it sounds like a Zibo problem. I'll send that to the developer.
I don't know. I mean, it's probably something I did wrong, maybe. Maybe I need to disconnect yaw throttle sooner before I land, maybe. Or maybe there was something going on, the throttle's not being synced up or whatever. Whatever. It took care of it, so. That was so cool, though. Oh, let me turn off the, it's about an hour and 45 minutes, I'm guessing, took us to get there. And then probably find a place to park.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to US. Please remain seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. If you're on vacation and you're up on your vacation, if this is home, welcome home. Welcome once again on behalf of all of us here at American Airlines. Thank you so much for choosing us on this flight to Key West International. Welcome to Key West.
We'll have to get the stairs, that's for sure. There we go. Alright, brakes on, and we can go ahead and kill our engines. Seatbelt sign can come off. Yeah, except for that little bit of BS at the end, that wasn't too bad. I do believe we have ground power here, so I'm going to connect it. Writing bright, of course. Let's see, set shocks, GPU, connect the ground power. Turn off APU. There we go. Turn off window heaters. And then the yaw damper can come off now. Engine hydraulics can come off. And we can go ahead and extend the air stairs and open the door. There you go.
Wait, there's a brake pen in the Zibo?
Huh?
Boeing?
There's a
What?
what?
You just flipped, it looked like you just flipped the brake pan switch in the Boeing.
Brake fan switch? What are you talking about? There's no brake fan switch. I don't think there's a brake fan switch. Anyway, yeah, so let's go.
Yeah, I know,
ahead.
I just saw you put up a switch.
Despite the crappy approach was great, it says landing was great, it was just the stupid reversers didn't activate at the end. First, I should have gone around, obviously, but I didn't want to. What switch were you talking about? These? Or this one?
On the upper panel, like a single switch. I can't tell right now, it's delayed.
Oh, yaw damper, that's what it was.
What's that?
Yaw damper, that prevents the Dutch roll effect on the tail. You know, the tail rudder here. This thing. Basically. what am I doing here? Alright, let's go ahead and close it out. I want to get out of here. I'm tired. Everything else looks to be good. I'm just going to turn it off. Alright, guys. Sorry for the... Hey, why is the emergency lights on? That shouldn't... Oh, I gotta turn those off, though. Okay, let's try that. There we go. Alright, guys.
Well,
again,
thanks for actually putting a flight on.
well, thanks for watching. Again, guys, sorry for the not that great landing, guys. I really tried to engage thrust reversers, so probably something on my end that I did wrong, or I should have run around, but I didn't. So, alright, I think it was a great flight. And again, thank you, Pat's fan, for sticking around and providing color commentary. Appreciate it. And we'll be flying again tomorrow. Same plane, same route, or maybe we'll do the A320. I don't know. It's gonna be from Pat's.
I think the FA-20.
It'll be Pat's point of view. So tune into his channel about the same time tomorrow if you want to see the same flight of the A320. All right, good night, everybody. Take care.